What's going on, guys? It's your boy NTG back at it again with another video. Yes, I'm gonna have a crazy video for you guys, like crazy. I literally caught 500 pips Friday on gold using my trendline setup. You guys know this is my favorite setup on gold. Now, unfortunately, I did not, when I put in the trade, I was not looking at the market. So what happened was I just had one position here, which did fairly well. But you guys know I like to use my 1 minute strategy and scale in and put in multiple positions. But unfortunately, I couldn't do that because I wasn't looking at the market. But I felt like this would be a great video to show you guys again how the strategy works and everything like that. But on the 5 minute chart, because you guys told me that the 1 minute chart is a little bit too fast for you. It's unpredictable and it's very intense, which I understand, especially for newer traders. So I'm going to break it down to you guys on the 5 minute chart. And also I want to say thank you guys for showing so much love and support. The channel has been growing so well. So I appreciate all of you guys. So, and for the newer traders out here that just got to the channel, welcome. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, do all that stuff. We're going to get into it. Boom. What's going on, guys? We're back at the charts on gold, and look, you guys know this is my favorite setup. This breakout trade right here on the trend line is so crucial. Like, it's my favorite setup. I can't tell you guys why. Look at this. All right, we caught almost 500 pips on gold, man. Craziness. All right, so how I draw my trend lines, okay, I'm gonna do just a short little demonstration, but if you want the full outlet, I do have a how to draw trend lines on my channel, so go ahead and check that video out. So what I do is I'm just here, I grab my Fibonacci retracement and I wait for pivot point touches on my trend line here. Okay, so I draw out my first trend line. You guys see how the market touched the 50% retracement, so that to me is considered a pivot point. All right, this is how I draw my perfect trend lines. So my trend lines are not, too horizontal, and they're not too vertical. They're at a perfect slight angle. All right. And then so I continue to the upside. I draw from the pivot point, now which is the higher high. And then you guys see here the 50% retracement touch of the trend line. Boom. All right. All I need is 3 pivot points to confirm the trend line. So that's 3 right here. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. All right. And we got more touches here, but you guys get the idea. And then lastly, I always draw my trend lines in zones. All right, if you've been on the channel for a while, you know this. I like to draw it in zones because that allows me to avoid false breakouts. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the charts. All right, so on the 4-hour, all I do is wait for a break. This is literally what it was. This break right here. This would have been my first trade entry here. And then as soon as that happened, what I would have done was I would have jumped to the 1 minute time frame. But like I said, we're going to do this on the 5 minute because I know some of you guys have been struggling on the 1 minute. I know the 1 minute can move very fast and it's very unpredictable. So let's go ahead and go to a little bit of a higher time frame so you guys can actually keep up with the pace of the market on gold. All right. So what I would have did to wait for my second entry is I go down to the 5 minute. And as you guys can see, we have this ascending triangle here. We have our support trend line and we have our resistance here. All right. And all I would have did was wait for a break of this triangle and add a second position. All right. And then after that, all I do is I will use lower lows and lower highs to identify my stop loss and potential re-entries. All right. Now, I also know that some of you guys struggle with identifying your lower lows and your lower highs. I have a solution for you. All you have to do is go up to your indicators, right? Go to your indicators, type in pivot points. You can do high lows here. Click on it, and then boom. It automatically identifies your lower lows and your lower highs for you. Easy. It already does all the work for you guys. So if you have problems identifying, or you're struggling identifying lower lows and lower highs, definitely use this indicator and it will help you so much. All right. So let's go ahead and break down this trade, right? So I had one position here. I was not looking at the market, so I didn't scale in, but we still made profit. And I'm gonna show you guys how I would have got back into the market here. Okay. So all I'm doing is waiting for that trend line break. Did you guys see? This is exactly why I always draw my stuff in zones. That's a perfect example right here. You know, just to identify those false breakouts. Okay. So we're here. I probably would have drew out the triangle a little bit more, so it matches. There we go. Back over here. And all I'm doing is just waiting for a break. All right. I'm very sell biased right now, so I'm not even looking at this considering a buy. No way. All right, here we go. Here's the break. So I would add my second position right here. All right, so this is position number 2. All right, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be the new lower high. So this will be stop loss. All right, so I put it a couple pips above the lower high just to give it a little room to breathe. And then immediately gold dropped. Okay, I'm pretty sure that now this is going to be the new lower low here. All right, but if you can't identify these things, wait for the indicator to tell you. See how the indicator popped up and then notified me that, hey, this is a new lower high. You guys see that? So when the market continued, boom, that's where it told you at this price number, this was the recent lower high. And then that's how you're able to identify those. So here, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a new lower low. All right, back in drawdown. As you guys can see, my 50 EMA, this engulfing pattern, I probably would have re-entered here as well, because I also use this for entries and exits. I use it for both entries and exits. All right, so we're here and I have my third position in here. This would have been my fourth position right here. The break of this lower low. That's also how I enter trades as well. You guys see here, market told you this is the new lower low. So this is structure right here of support. If we break that support, the market is definitely going to continue to the downside. So we broke that lower low. I got my fourth entry right now. So we're scaling in deep right now. All right. Good. Perfect. Well, I identified another lower low here. I don't need the indicator to tell me, but you guys struggle with identifying the lower lows and lower highs, so you need the indicator to tell you, which is fine. It's easier to do it. Exactly here, identify my lower low. All right, it looks like we have some sort of a symmetrical triangle here. Yep, perfect. So if the market decides to close and break above here, I'm gonna get out the trade. I'm gonna lock in at 4 positions. If we continue to the downside, if we break the symmetric triangle and the recent lower low, we're gonna add another position right there. So let's go ahead and continue. All right, so we didn't break the triangle. That's good. We broke here, so I would have added my position here. Even though we didn't break this lower low, we did break a symmetrical triangle, so I'm going to go ahead and enter that trade. Boom. Perfect. Okay, that looks like it can be a lower low, or the lower low can be here. So let me go ahead and start dragging my stop loss. And exactly how would you do it here? So your stop loss would have been up here, and then now I'm just waiting for the next lower high so I can put my stop loss. Okay, so that was a lower low. If that's a lower low, then I'm gonna put my stop loss up here as the recent lower high. So let's go ahead and see what the market does. Inches away from the stop loss. Boom. All right, we got stopped out right there. Beautiful. Beautiful trade. I usually do this on a 1 minute, but you can also do this on a 5 minute. If the 1 minute chart, like I said, is too fast, it's too much, it's too quick, and it's too unpredictable, then go to the 5 minute. It works the same way. You can identify entries from the break of lower lows, from pattern trades, re-entries, or you can use the 50 EMA to scale into the market. All right, guys. And one more thing I want to add, when you're scaling to the market, make sure you don't over leverage your account. All right, guys. So when you're here, right, say your initial position was a 0.10, right? You had a mini lot for your first position. Your second position was also another mini lot. And then you decide, hey, the market is going very well. Let me add a 0.50. Don't do that. This is not proper scaling in. Your third position is over leveraged by your first two. You're not even enough in profit to have a 0.50. So make sure you guys don't do this mistake, because I know a lot of my newer students, they do this mistake. They scale in, very softly, risking what they're supposed to, and then they jump in at a standard. And then what happens? The market starts to retrace, and then the margin calls that one position that will blow your account. So keep that in mind with the trades there. All right, guys. So this was a beautiful setup. I have my position here. You guys could have caught almost 450 pips, and I believe gold did drop 600 pips that day. It was pretty crazy. Unfortunately, I was not looking at the market, so I didn't get any screen recordings for you guys, because you guys know I like to screen record everything. I didn't get any scale-in opportunities. I only found out because one of my students actually DM'd me on Instagram, and they're like, NTG, thank you for showing me the strategy. I was able to catch 300 pips on gold. And I was like, what? So I had to look at the market, and gold is down almost 500. And I'm like, wow. And gold has been dropping like this every Friday lately. So I'll definitely be looking for another setup every Friday for sure. So I'm going to stay on tune for that. So that's pretty much it, guys. Simple video on gold, on how to scale in, catch that breakout trade, and you can catch massive pips. This happens on gold all the time. Go look at my previous videos. It's exactly the same 4-hour setup that I do. I do this all the time on gold, and I catch massive pips. All right, guys. So I'm gonna end the video here for gold, and I'm gonna just show you guys real quick my setups for the week. All right. So for XAUUSD, I had a trend line here. I'm currently in this position right here. I had a 4-hour break, the same trend line, my same setup. I'm telling you guys, this setup is so powerful. All right, guys. For GU, I have this descending triangle here, and I'm waiting for a break either to the up or to the downside, and I will be getting into that. But I am definitely bearish biased right now for a sell. All right. And then lastly, for UJ, so on the daily, we have this channel here. As you guys can see, UJ did a nice break to the upside last Friday. I'm gonna wait till we hit this channel again of resistance, wait for some confirmation, and then continue to the downside. So that's pretty much it for this video. That was a quick tutorial on my breakout trade for gold that caught me a lot of pips, and then we also did a nice analysis for this week. All right, guys. So if you want to continue to see more, make sure you subscribe, like the video, do all that stuff. I want to thank you guys again for sharing the videos. You guys have been showing so much love. You guys been DMing me a lot of questions. I've been trying to help you guys become profitable traders. This is what the channel is about. It's just to help newer traders become profitable, and experienced traders find new strategies to where they can make even more profit. All right. So without further ado, it's your boy NTG, and we out.